So, hey, my YouTubers and everyone in the world. Today is November the 5th. The time is now 4:38 p.m. Today was a rainy Monday all day, but it was a good day, and I got through the day and I made the best of every situation. So, moving forward, I'm going to teach you guys different tips on how to adapt to any situation. Now, learning to adapt to any situation is critical when it comes to being successful because you got to think about it. We're going to be in different settings, all the time. And at the end of the day, we need to learn how to fit in. Now, even if you stand out naturally, you still have to learn on how to adapt to different situations. It just is what it is. So, easy tip number one on how to adapt to any situation is definitely pay attention to your surroundings. Who are the people around you? How are they responding? How is that environment? Okay, so you want to be aware of how this environment is. Easy tip number two on how to adapt to any situation is to understand that change is something that's constant. So you never want to get too comfortable with any situation being any type of way because there is a strong possibility that things can change. So you got to know that when things happen and things change, you got to know how to adapt to those situations really quick. Easy tip number three on how to adapt to any situation is, of course, learning how to properly communicate with different people. No matter what their personality is, no matter what their attitude might be, you have to be open-minded and allow people to be themselves because no one is going to be the same. So in order for you to adapt to different situations, you have to know how to effectively communicate with people. I mean, you want to keep an open mind when it comes to that. Easy tip number four on how to adapt to any situation is, of course, you want to reflect on yourself. How are you coming across to people? Are you coming across rude? Are you coming across nice? Are you coming across humble? Are you coming across open-minded? Are you coming across as being judgmental? So you want to self-reflect as much as you possibly can so that you can definitely adapt to any situation pretty fast. Easy tip number five on how to adapt to any situation, of course, is to be a part of the solution and not the problem. So if you're working at a job and things are starting to change at that job and you want to learn how to adapt to this situation, you have to know how to, like I said, be a part of the solution and not the problem. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you want to come across as the type of person who's helping in that situation, in that environment, no matter what the change may be. You have to learn how to definitely fit into different settings. And sometimes it's, really about falling back, being humble, and paying attention to your surroundings. This way you'll know, okay, well, this is how this works and this is how that works. Easy tip number six that I feel is important for us to learn on how to adapt to different situations is definitely being open-minded enough to ask questions. So if you have co-workers who are learning, who already know more about the job than you do, then ask certain questions. This way you'll learn some new skills. Learning new skills is very imperative when it comes to adapting to any situation. Me personally, I feel like it's still a work in progress for me to adapt to a lot of situations. But to be honest with you, I learn pretty fast. So you could practically put me in any setting, and within 5 or 10 minutes, boom, I already know the people around me. I know what the environment is like. I know how to communicate effectively. I know what questions to ask. And I feel like all of that is very imperative, especially if, you want to make it and survive out here in this world. You guys have to know how to adapt to any situation because nothing is going to stay the same. On a day-to-day basis, things are changing. So at the end of the day, you got to keep up with the change. That's the only way you're going to make it. And the AKA of that is learning how to adapt to any situation. So guys, you want to communicate effectively. You want to keep an open mind. You want to be as humble as you possibly can. You want to learn as much as you can about that current environment so that you can fit in a lot better. You want to definitely be a part of the solution and not the problem. Let's learn what questions to ask and just be as open-minded as you possibly can, guys. I can't stress that enough. But I hope that those tips helped you guys on how to adapt to any situation, any environment. Trust me, the tips that I've gave you guys today, they actually work. I utilize them on a daily basis. So let's start practicing on how to adapt to any situation and any environment, guys. But like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And of course, visit my website at shoploveronline.com. Until next time, let's start practicing on how to adapt to any situation and any environment. Peace.